And welcome back once again. I was able to get back to this much sooner than I thought I would, so I guess for now, well, let's take a look at the calendar to see what events are going on. So, actions. Oh, okay, I get it. By looking at the calendar, we can see what event details are going on. So we can see that we have lots of fish. It seems the fish in the fishing pot are growing rapidly. This could be a chance for a big catch. As well as Bonding Bites, a special menu to bring professors and students together. Effects are enhanced when dining with students from your own house. So these will always be going on. Like, most of the time, and especially on the first of a month, is when they're going to shove most of the events like this at you. You're going to get events like this so that you can, feel free to gain the benefits of them, I guess. Because for most of the time, once you do actually start getting a lot more of these options with seminar and battling and resting, you're not always going to want to choose Explore. And typically, I don't. I typically choose Exploring for the first one, and then it depends for the rest. But we'll go over that a little bit more once we actually get the option to choose Seminar and Battle, which we will, unfortunately, have to do at some point. So, let's go ahead and find out what new stuff there is in the monastery. From the map screen, you can travel instantly to places you've already been. It's just generally showing us how fast travel works. Tut tut tut. A girl's voice. What could it mean? Ooh, this entire episode might just be me exploring. Sweet apple blend. A tea blended with 2 types of apple peels. Elegant and sweet, it is popular among common folk and nobles alike. There's a lot we're going to be able to do, so yeah, this is probably going to be the entire episode. Oh. What Geralt is about to say here, I'm not old, but I definitely get what he's saying.
Professor, hey, do you know how old Captain Geralt is?
That's enough, Leone. If I don't know, how could my child know?
It's not normal to forget your own age, you know. It's kind of worrisome, actually.
By the time you're forgetting your own age, you're past the point of caring.
I guess if you put it that way, you've got a point.
I definitely agree with that.
I have a request.
This is where we're going to get into how battalions work when we actually do it. I don't know if I'll go straight to actually doing the quest, because if you look at the map, you could see that there's a lot of stuff.
That said,
Quests everywhere.
those bandits really didn't think things through, did they? They had to have known the knights would be after them the moment they entered the monastery's turf. Fine by me, though. I'm raring for some real combat experience. Any chance to grow is a good thing. Is there anything else you want to ask me, Teach? About living at the monastery or combat? Anything like that?
Let's see what he has. I've already been over bulletin boards and quests, which
I hear
I'll
that the bulletin...
just do it to... Gosh, excuse me. I don't know what's up with my throat right now.
Students aren't the only ones who have something to learn from their professors. If you want to...
Faculty training is basically your main way of getting Byleth access to getting training in other things. So... I'll show an example in a minute, but basically you would go up to one of the other professors, say Hanneman, Manuela, you could even do Rhea, I believe, Sedith as well, and you'll get access to a few others. But if you're wanting to train Byleth in some of these skills, that's basically your only way. The only way for Byleth to be able to get access to flying classes is to get it through faculty training. So definitely keep that in mind. If you have an idea for what you want Byleth to become later on, you need to pay close attention to what you want to do, because it can be a little tricky sometimes. And recruiting, which I've already gone over a little
The house a
bit.
student belongs to is determined by where they're from, but it is possible for someone to switch to a different one. Of course, that's only if the student very strongly wants to make the change and their professor is on board with it. If you do a lot of different activities around the monastery, you'll get closer to students and they may ask you about it.
To recruit students from other houses, you will need to meet their requirements. Each student prioritizes different stats and skills. So, as you can see here, with Lysithia, if you hadn't chose Golden Deer like I did, if you wanted to recruit her, you would need to increase your magic stat and have higher faith. But if you have a higher support, I believe how it works specifically is when you increase the support with them, like let's say if you didn't have like a support level with them, like if you were not even C, then the requirement would be like you would need, I don't know, like 30 magic and like, I don't know, a B+ rank in faith in order to get them to be recruited. But whenever you gain a support level, it would lower to like 20 magic and like a C+ rank in faith, and it would just continually lower every time. So potentially, if you got a high enough support with a certain student, you wouldn't really even need to have any investment in their stats. You would probably still need a little bit, but not as much as you would need if you didn't have support with them at all. Hello, very pixelated doggo. Alright, let's look at the map. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we got here. And since I'm going to be spending so much time here, I'm going to spend more time actually talking to people. And speaking of, I see a few people that I like here in the training grounds. I'm not going to have the mini-map showing up at the entire thing.
And now that you're all the way over here, Professor, care to join me in some training? After training, I love tending to the horses or burying myself in a good pile of books. There's truly nothing better.
Let's just as an example, let's see what we need to get Ingrid.
Hi, Professor. Did you need something? I've actually got plans, so let's talk some other time.
It seems this person isn't interested in Byleth's house yet. Ingrid values the following stats. We would need to increase our dex and flying. We could potentially get her, and actually, I'm going to completely ignore the training ground for a minute because there's a reason for it, and I'll show you why.
Professor?
I'm gonna just do my general loop that I do.
You're quite powerful to have beaten us in the mock battle.
It wasn't
Such
that
a
bad.
shame you aren't leading our class.
I've heard your class is hunting thieves. That mission is very different from the one we were given.
God, Hubert, I get who you are, but you need to stop being just like this. You need to stop acting as if you're trying to read us a scary story.
It's thanks to my adoptive father, Lenato, that a commoner like me is here at the Academy. He is the very model of chivalry. Someday, I'm going to be just like him.
Let's see what Ash needs.
You're inviting me to join your class?
I don't think I would.
I'm really flattered, honestly. But I still have a lot left to learn in my current one.
This person isn't interested in Byleth's house yet. I would need to raise Charm and Lance. Not what I would have thought. See, like, I have not had a playthrough where I've recruited everyone yet. So I go to some of them and I look at their stats, and I sometimes don't even remember the things that I need to do.
Professor!
I'll keep it like this for now.
What the?
Oh, wait, that's right. So, since I'm thinking about it, well, hang on.
Okay.
I was thinking.
I'm going to talk to this guy
The
first.
Knights of Sarros are also known as the Shining Knights. We are the sword and shield of the divine Sarros. There are many orders of knights in the world, but we are the only one that has the honor of bearing the name Sarros. As a member of the church, you should probably study up on the history of Sarros and the knights.
I'm going to show you the reason why female Byleth is straight up objectively better than male Byleth.
Professor, you're the one taking out the bandits? That's one way to start your career at the Academy. I didn't expect they'd order us to risk our lives here. Seems a bit extreme, doesn't it? Hey, Professor. Pretty great timing. I want to ask you something. I'd like to be in your class, if that's possible. I've been thinking, maybe I ought to get serious about studying. Wow, very decisive. I like it. I'll be there on time and in the front row and everything. You'll never have a better student.
If you're wondering, if you are male Byleth, you will need to treat Sylvain as you would any other student. You would need to have your stats at a specific level, you would need to grow your support with him, so on and so forth. If you're female Byleth and you request him, if you give him an invitation to join your house, without fail, he will always join. Doesn't matter what your stats are or anything, Sylvain will always join. I don't believe there is a counterpart for male Byleth with
I
that.
was thinking.
And that is why female Byleth is objectively better.
I'm bored. Maybe I should go into town. But that would be such a hassle. Oh, hi, Professor. I'm rather busy right now, so do make it quick. Are you sure? I thought you'd found me out for a moment there.
Hilda will get better. I promise.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, Professor, there are some things I'll just never understand. Like the other night, I went on a date with a dashing, handsome, strong young knight. Oh, I'm a bit weak just remembering him. Anyway, do you know what that no-good jerk said when we got back to my room? He said, "What a mess. I'm afraid to go in there." Can you believe it? You know who cares about keeping everything neat and tidy? Not me, that's who. Afraid to go in there. Some knight he is.
Manuela, I feel like if it's simply a mess, then that's probably a you problem, not a him problem. On another note, the Amiibo Gazebo, which, by the way, has the best name in the whole game if you ask me. This is the Amiibo Gazebo. When you scan an amiibo here, certain items will appear randomly in the monastery in all of your save files. You will get higher quality items for scanning Fire Emblem character amiibos. Each Fire Emblem character amiibo may also provide unique rewards. I have already scanned all of my Fire Emblem amiibos. If you're curious, I have the... crap. Crap, what's his name? Almond Celica, that's what it is. I have the Almond Celica amiibos, which I've scanned both of. I've also scanned a few others. And once you do, you see all these little green bits. They will give you items. Nothing, like, significant. But there are still free items. And if you're a New Game Plus, there is a little secret which you can get. It's not significant. It's mostly just there, again, to give you basically free items.
Oh.
But, again, free items is never a bad thing. Oh,
Do you know
hello.
about the Cardinals? They're the ones who run the church. Their identities are a closely guarded secret.
Closely guarded secret, got it. I missed a few people. How do I want to proceed? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start in the kitchen. Because I might as well.
I've got to find out everyone's likes and dislikes so I know what to cook. Who knows when it'll be my turn at kitchen duty? How about you, Professor? Do you like sweet or spicy food?
I know the answers to this, and the answer also just happens to be what I prefer.
Ooh, same. I'll definitely remember that.
Here's another quest that we have, and this is a feature I've never been able to get very good with.
Would you kindly do something for me?
I can. You don't look as old as you sound. I'm fresh out of recipe ideas. Say, perhaps you could find stuff for me. Maybe a student or the library cookbook can spark some inspiration. Let me know, will you? I will. Run. Hello, Lysithea.
There are way too many vegetables in today's meal. The ratio of vegetables to sweets was completely skewed. Oh, hi, Professor. Were you just eavesdropping on me? Well, everyone knows a plate full of sweets is far preferred to a plate full of vegetables, regardless of age.
She hates it when you call her a kid, but she's still a kid. She can't help it, and I can't help loving her. Don't worry, by the way, the sweeping shots will only happen once.
How are you today? I'm just heading out for a mission. I'll be seeing you. What makes you say that? Do you know something I don't? Are there supernatural elements at play? Ghosts? Oh, forget it. I'll be going now.
Good luck, Alois. I didn't actually remember the answer to that one. I know the answers to many... Excuse me, let me rephrase that. I know many of the correct options that you need to say in order to get them to get a little closer to you. But it's been a while for some
Frigid
of them.
has much more warmth than Fodlan. Even spring here has coolness. And you, Professor? Which do you find is worst? Too hot or too cold weather? But you are wearing many things, Professor. If you are not liking the heat, you should be wearing lighter clothes.
I didn't remember that one either. Hey, Petra.
Training has given me great busyness right now. It is not a good time for the chatting. But you have given me intrigue. Please make sure you are speaking with me again.
Oh, is this a... Oh, this person is interested in Violet's house yet. Well, Dex and writing. I'm probably not going to get Petra then, unfortunately. Yeah. We'll start down here.
You there. Hello there. We will accompany you on your assignment. We don't want anything to happen to our precious students. If any of you run into trouble, we'll step in and help out.
Let's hope so. I mean, I'm playing on Classic, so you're probably not going to help much.
You look bored. Care to duel?
Oh, gosh.
What? I just wanted to spar.
Oh, gosh, I don't... Was that the right one? Oh, gosh, it's been a while.
So...
Buddy... Oh, wait, I started this. Crap. The marketplace. This is where we're going to meet a very classic Fire Emblem character. But first...
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report.
Are you settled in here at the monastery yet? Make sure to have a good look around. There's much to see. Like fish. You do know about the pond behind the dining hall, right? You can fish there. Give it a try.
I will give it a try, thank you, because of the event going on right now. Is she here yet? She might not actually be here yet. Yeah, okay,
Right.
she's not here yet.
Hey!
Not everything in the marketplace is completely opened up yet, so I'm probably not going to be buying much.
Welcome.
here's the item shop where... Oh goodness, excuse me. You could buy a lot of the mundane items that you would typically need. The leather shield, iron shield, beginner seals, which I don't think I need any right now. Intermediate seals, which we already have one right now. A torch, which we will need, but not now. Door keys, chest keys, and pure water, which I have never used.
Please come again.
And here we have the armor.
Welcome.
Which I'm probably not going to be using right now either. But just to show what they hold right now. Everything up to steel. Do I want this yet? Nah, I'll wait. You can buy basically any kind of weapon that you need. Sword, spear, etc. And I'm just gonna say it now. While you don't need it now, keep an eye out for those training weapons. They're better than you think.
I need your help.
This, if you don't have the DLC, I don't believe you get. But this is an option that lets you pet and interact with all the kitties and the doggies around. I've been sharing my food with the hungry pups and kitties, but there's a lot of them. Can you help me out? Accepted feline and canine friends. Feed dogs and cats. Oh, come on. Highlight again. Gifts for dogs and cats. To feed the dogs and cats of Garrick Mach, select a food item from gifts. The animals don't care much for food imbued with magic, but fish, produce, and meat are enjoyable for them. If you give food to dogs and cats, you may get something in return. The animals can get full, however. If that happens, find another animal to feed. Every single cat, I believe, is named after, like, you know, one of the family names. So this one is Gloucester. And let's just give him a turnip.
Yay! Thanks!
And now I can continue to do it. Let's see a few more. This one's Ordelian. This one's Gautiron. Come on, kitty. Come on, kitty. Oop. This one's also Ordelian. Oh, right. No, right, that's the breed. So all the white ones are Ordelian. I'm gonna feed this one a few more times to see if I, get something. It's happy. Oh, come on. Doesn't look like something they want. Tomato. Oh, come on. Poultry. There's something in its mouth. It's given me a smithing stone. Is it usually worth it? No. Not even remotely. But it's a little thing. Like, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to interact with all the dogs and cats around? Because I assure you, they are everywhere. Watch, there's gonna be some dogs here. Let's see what these are. Come on. This one's Blathed Rex. This one's Ire Hound. Here's another kitty cat. Regan Tabby. Another Regan Tabby. And, you know, I'm not gonna go over every single animal. Get a pond snail. Local fish guide. A list of the different types of fish that can be caught in the fishing pond. It's downright comprehensive. And this gives me a little bit of professor level. If you find books around, which you'll usually find them on a table, there's a smithing stone, which we can't use yet. Hooked on Fish, a sheet of paper with carefully curated information about different types of fishing baits and the best tackle practices. Whoever wrote this knows a great deal about fish. Fishing, excuse me. I'll take care of you in a second. I probably should have gone to the greenhouse earlier, but it's fine. Let me check around. Planting seeds. A list of seed types and how best to plant them. It's a wealth of knowledge for aspiring gardeners. Northern Foldland seeds. Mixed herb seeds. And I'm going to do some gardening and harvest, which gives us onion, cabbage, and carrots. Things to do. Plant. Let's see. For now, we can only plant one, but as our professor level increases, we're going to get access to more and more. And since our professor level has increased since the last time that we did this, we have the option of pouring air-made water, which costs a little bit of money, and supposedly is better. It doesn't matter if it actually does change the outcome. I always go for the highest option that I can do. So I am going to pour. And we're going to hope that we get something good. And since we're here, hello, Marianne.
Professor, our next mission is to go after a group of bandits. I'm not very confident. I'm afraid I'll just hold everyone else back. I should probably stay behind for this one, or help plan the attack instead.
Marianne, we'll help you get out of your bubble, at least a little bit.
Have we met? No. Sorry. Must be my imagination.
Alright. I'll see you later, Shamir. There we see some Pegasi flying in the background. Oh, Bernie. I'm gonna say hi to Bernie.
What is it? I'm not doing anything.
This one's the funny option, but I like Bernadetta.
I'm not bothering anybody. Am I? Hi. Sorry, I'm trying, but you're still kind of a stranger.
I need to do strength and bows. Strength isn't an issue. Bows might be a little more of an issue.
Oh, Professor. Hello. Truth is, my undershirt got blown away by the wind. And it's not important why. It only matters that it's pale blue. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna guess magic and charm.
I do find you very interesting, Professor. I'm just not sure if it's enough to change classes. Let me think about it a bit more.
This person isn't interested in my house yet. Charm and authority. Okay. I was right on one of them, at least. By the way, if you're curious, that... oh. Okay, bye. That little interaction with Dorothea is why I wanted to wait on the training hall.
Hello there. Are you that new professor everyone's talking about? Name's Anna. I'm a merchant who slings wares all across Fodland and beyond. I come in here all the time, so I'm sure our paths will cross more. Hopefully, much more.
That felt like a really weird line read. I don't know, that felt just really weird to me. Apparently I forgot to... Oh, okay. Apparently I forgot to talk to these guys.
Your performance in the mock battle was exceptional, Professor. You have inspired me to follow your example and study even more diligently. Perhaps we could train together sometime. I would love to test myself against your sword skills again.
I'd be happy to help to do, but it might be a little weird helping... not the enemy.
It is better if you do not approach me.
What would you call that?
If you spend too much time around a man of Dusker, there will be rumors.
Dedu, you are a man of honor, and no one should think any less of you. Anyways, let's continue what we were doing here before.
For years, the Boar Prince and I were inseparable. I know him better than almost anyone else. So let me give you some advice. Beneath all that princely polish, he's an animal, nothing more. He's strong and skilled, sure, but don't place your trust in him as a human being. Take care he doesn't chew you up and spit you out. Join me for some training sometime.
Sword and speed.
I'm interested in your sword technique. I might like to become your student someday, but not today.
This person is rather interested in Byleth's house. Sword and speed, just what I thought. Sword's not a problem. Speed is a little tougher to
The
determine.
next assignment is to drive out bandits? Sounds like some training is in order. Tell me something, Professor. When it comes to a one-on-one battle, which is better, strength or skill?
I personally think skill. Raphael, however,
I knew it! When it's all said and done, muscle always comes out on top.
Hey there, Professor. You here to check in on my training? Oh, that reminds me. I found this small cloth. It's kind of weird. Not really sure what it is, but it works great for wiping up sweat.
I'll leave it at that. We'll leave. I'll just say they'll leave it at that. And let's see. There's a few things I could do on the second floor, but I think for now.
That person sure does remind me of somebody, but I can't figure out who. Oh, do you need me for something? Sorry, but I'm really busy right now.
I'm going to I'm gonna go here.
Really?
All right, Ferdinand.
Do you know of the Eyre family?
I believe this is a bit of a
They have long
quiz.
held the position of Prime Minister in the Empire. The Empire's power lies with 6 noble families, my family foremost among them. The full explanation may be time-consuming. I can give you a moment to get ready, if you would like to take notes. All right, I will list the 6 great noble families. There's Caspar's father, Count Burgles, the Minister of Military Affairs. Then there's Linhardt's father, Count Hevering, the Minister of Domestic Affairs. Bernadetta's father, Count Varley, is the Minister of Religious Affairs. Hubert's father, Marquis Vestra, is the Minister of the Imperial Household. Finally, we have Duke Gert, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and my own father, Duke Eyre, the Prime Minister. One day, I will take his place as the Prime Minister of the Empire. I am more talented than anyone in my class, even Edelgard. I will lead the Empire to a bright, enlightened future. There is nothing I cannot achieve.
I'm sure there's a few things. Just need to make sure that you keep your hair well kept for the future.
Oh, Professor. Here to recruit me, I presume? Well, the eldest son of House Eyre will not be so easily swayed.
Dex and heavy armor. Ugh. And here we have the Cathedral. One of the more interesting loading zones you can hit.
Here's an idea.
What do you have to say?
I hear the Officers' Academy of the monastery was founded about 2 centuries ago. The eastern region of Fodlan was being invaded by Almyra, and so the Archbishop of the time took measures to prevent the border from being taken. In order to ensure Fodlan would be safe from potential threats, she deemed it necessary to raise a generation of excellence. That is how the establishment was founded, though its purpose has changed over the years.
That's pretty normal. You start as something and it ends up becoming slightly different than what you imagined.
I have a favor to ask.
I probably should have read that. Yeah, it's fine. Hello, Mercedes. This room is huge, by the way. Like, goodness me.
The cathedral is nice and quiet. It's so relaxing.
It's actually one of the loudest, if you ask me.
Did you come to pray to the goddess? Me too. Shall we pray together?
You're gonna need faith and magic.
Oh, you want me to join your class? Well, I'm already having so much fun in my current class. Sorry to disappoint, but I'll have to decline.
Magic and bow, okay.
Hey!
What? The fuck do you want?
Inside the cathedral, there is a chapel dedicated to the four saints. Do you know of them?
I'm
Saint
vaguely.
Indec, Saint Macul, Saint Keyhole, and...
Saint Setline! Who is your favorite, Professor?
Now that you are a member of the church, be sure to familiarize yourself with our teachings and traditions. I have something to ask of you.
Collect information on the Western Church and report to Seth. You may find an informant among the students in the courtyard. The Western Church, which rules over the western parts of Fodlan, has lately made some strange troop movements. If you hear anything concerning, be sure to let me know. And here we have statues of each of the four saints that we were just hearing of. Saint Macul. Statue of Saint Macul of one of the four saints. It is said that his gift for strategy was unparalleled. He served as the chief tactician of the Saint Sarros and was a pioneering figure for a master of the magical arts. Saint Indec. A statue of Saint Indec, one of the four saints. It is said that he was known for his wisdom and dexterity. Though unskilled in the art of human interaction, he used his gifts to help those in need. He was also an indomitable warrior who slew countless foes on countless battlefields. Saint Keyhole, a statue of Saint Keyhole, one of the four saints. It is said that he was a compassionate yet stern figure whose faith was so true he was able to perform miracles. He is the father of Saint Setline. A statue of Saint Setline, one of the four saints. It is said she was a beautiful and kind soul who was beloved by all for her empathy and her ability to heal severe wounds. She is the daughter of Saint Keyhole.
There's something else. It is the duty of every Fodlan noble to demonstrate piety towards Sarros. Have you also come to offer your prayers to the goddess, Professor? You don't sound terribly sure. Perhaps you are not of noble birth? After all, devotion is not as essential for a commoner.
Ooh. Lorenz is a little grating at times, I will fully admit. And since we have explored just about everything, I'm gonna start teleporting around to start finishing quests a little faster.
I was thinking.
Bridget, Elmira, Dusker, even people from far-off lands gather here at the Academy. Word of advice, Professor. There are those who don't think kindly of such people.
Alright, we got our bit of intel. Let's go around here.
Good deal.
Choir sign-up sheet. And what if why don't we go see Dorothea again? See if there's any sort of update.
Oh, Professor. Hello. Truth is, mine.
Yeah, okay. No such update. Let's see. We got those finished. Can we teleport up here? We can. Alright. This is the second floor, and after I finish things off here, I will go ahead and show you how to finish things off. I'm gonna save... No, I'm not. Yes, I am. because that's going to take a bit of explanation. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this first, while I've got my good old Monster Hunter Claw. Classic cookbook, cooking recipes said to have been used since long ago. This will probably help the head chef. Tantalizing cookbook. Cooking recipes that make you hungry just reading them. This will probably help out the head chef. Let's see. This room's also a little weird. The hitbox for this thing is, like, very clearly a square. And they didn't, like, nothing's fixed by it, so you can run into this corner when there's clearly nothing actually here. Yeah. Illustrated cookbook. Cooking recipes with illustrations that make them easy to follow. You feel that even you could cook with this. And now I need to report to the head chef. But not before.
Swimming through a sea of countless books, tracking down that single sought-after volume. It's absolute bliss. How do the poor fools who spend their days sharpening swords and polishing armor find any joy in life?
Linhart, I guess it's just a matter of preference.
Huh? Your class? I can see the appeal, yes. However, I still have a lot of books I wish to read in this class. But talk to me again, okay?
This person isn't interested in Byleth's house yet. Linhart really values the following stats: magic and reason. Reason will be a little tougher, but... So, these are all somewhat important. I can go to these, and it has information, lore, and history, and everything. There will probably be a point where maybe if I have a little bit of extra time, I will go through and just have a whole video of just reading every single book in the library. How long will that be? I honestly don't know, but we'll see.
I'm so glad to be a student here, if only because I get to use this library. Reading books from all the regions of Fodlan, I feel almost like I'm visiting those places myself. I agree. They're brimming with the knowledge and experience of our ancestors.
Books are the gateway to new worlds. At least that's what I think. And if the book's good, of course. Alright, now I'm going to start doing things here.
Excellent work guiding the students in the mock battle. Taking command like that? Simply splendid.
Thank you,
and
Hanneman.
bearing the unknown crest's power? Yes, I'm talking about you. Your talents are incredible, and Lady Rhea's insight as to your potential is doubly so.
There's some hair in the device. It looks just like my hair. Hanneman's a little weird, but this is actually something that I never knew about. I'll show you what I mean in a second, but if you come to Hanneman the next few times you get the ability to explore, you will... And let me preface this now. The dialogue that... All these characters that I'm talking to, the dialogue that they have is month-specific. So if you explore one week, and then go to the next week, and then also explore, no one will have anything new to say. You can see what they have to say again, but exploring again only really has the benefit of you being able to get more activity points again, which, I mean, isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying that you won't get any benefit of talking to people again. And this is an example where for the next few months, talk to Hanneman and check out this little crest analyzer he has on the floor. He's weird about it, but if you like Hanneman, then this is a good way of getting some support with him.
You do seem to have a mark of the exceptional about you. I only wish Seth would follow your example.
And if I were to try it again... It shows you your crest a bit. That's the main thing that I always knew about this, but I found out that if you talk to him and, you know, check it out, like, for the first couple months, then you get little bits of dialogue with him that I honestly never knew about. You also find out that he's a bit creepier than he usually comes off as, but we'll just call him dedicated. How about that? Tactics Primer, a book containing the basics of tactics. It doesn't look like it's been read much.
Thanks for your help.
I chose some knights to help you out. They'll be deployed in your next real battle. I'm sure you'll be able to make good use of them. This is where we will get battalions, and I'm sure a tutorial is about to pop up. Inventory. Access the items menu to use, store, take, or swap items from your units. Items that cannot be carried will be sent to the convoy. Access the ability and combat arts menu to equip your units with what they have learned. Use the battalions menu to assign battalions to your units. Use the reclass menu to switch a unit's class to any for which they are certified. Classes a unit is mastered are marked with a star. We'll go ahead and go over this now. Battalions. Nothing's equipped right now. Battalions are an interesting mechanic, I suppose. They might not seem the most useful to a lot of people, and for my first few playthroughs, I almost ignored them. There's a handful of things that they do that you want to watch out for. If you look at Geralt's mercenaries here, which is what I'm going to give Byleth, you can see that they do, well, it might not be obvious. Battalions do two things. They raise your stats, as you can see at the bottom on the left. Veteran mercenaries once commanded personally by Geralt, the Blade Breaker. It raises my physical attack by 1, my magic by 0, my hit by 0, my crit by 5, my avoidance by 5, my protections and resilience by 0, and my charm by 1. So, the base thing that you want to look out for with this is that they do give your units stat boosts. So if that's all you're looking for, that's probably what you want to look at for whenever you decide what you're going to give a unit. On the right, you see Assault Troop. Charge attack against foes in the area. Might 10, hit 50. Each battalion has an ability or an attack or something of that sort. There are a good handful that you have, and some of them are significantly better than others. You see down at the bottom, next to the might and hit, you see 4 yellow squares and a blue square with an arrow in it. The blue square represents your unit. Whenever you use what is it even called again? Whenever you use a battalion's attack, which I don't remember the name of offhand, it will do an attack that hits in every space that you see. So it would hit in an area in 4 spaces in front of Byleth. It will deal damage to every single unit, but it only has the capability of killing the unit you target, because you do still have to target a unit, and I'm sure all this will make more sense when we actually get into battle. You have to target a unit, and so if the first square in front of your unit is the enemy you're targeting, it will target 3 more, it will be able to hit 3 more spaces behind it. Whether all 3 are filled up or 1 is filled up on the 4th space, it doesn't matter. As long as something is in there, it will take damage, though only the target closest to you, the one that you are specifically targeting, will be able to be killed by it. If any of them survive, they are, I don't remember the term for it, they're basically staggered, and they will be unable to move for the next turn, which can be absolutely crucial, being able to control the movement of other units as well. If we go here, they're pretty similar. Early on, you're not going to get much, and they can get experience, so those stat increases and that might and hit can be increased, for sure. But you can see that there are some stat differences. So, the Sarros mercenaries here will actually lower your magic attack, which isn't too bad. Like, if you're not going to be using magic anyways, then it doesn't matter if it lowers your magic attack. But, like, compared to the Gerald mercenaries, the Sarros mercenaries give you +5 to hit, but instead of +5 crit, you don't get any avoidance, and everything else is the same. Whereas the Church of Sarros soldiers gives you no attack, no crit, no avoidance, no magic attack, no bonus to hit, but does give you a little bit of protection and resilience, and it still gives you charm. And this is where the charm stat and some of the abilities like Felix's Lone Wolf ability and Ingrid's Lady Knight ability comes into play. Ingrid's Lady Knight ability basically gives her a small buff whenever she, uses a battalion, and Felix's Lone Wolf ability basically gives him a buff when he doesn't have a battalion, or when the battalion's stamina is at 0. You can see their endurance, not stamina. The endurance, basically, whenever you take a hit, they take a little bit of damage too, and if it goes to 0, you don't get any benefits from your battalion anymore. I very rarely have to worry about that personally, so it's not too bad. But I have had some times, 30 is actually a pretty low endurance. It's usually then that I worry about it, but it's never been something that's that I've had to put too much focus on. And there will be other things besides, like, onslaught, disturbance, and, assault troop that I would have to worry about. Onslaught, as you can see, it has a slightly different effect where it pushes foes one tile away, which can be pretty useful. And Disturbance attacks that rattle foes, preventing them from moving on their next turn. I thought that was with all of them. I might be mistaken about the Assault Troop. It might just be Disturbance, but I'm not sure. There are other ones. Some of them have larger areas, some of them have different effects. We'll go over some of them whenever we get them, but I will show you what I think is one of legitimately the most broken ones in the game that legitimately makes some maps an absolute cakewalk. But I'm not going to worry about equipping them for now. Whenever we get into battle next, they will automatically be equipped, and from there, I can shift them around if I need to, or I can shift them around in my own time. You'll see what I decide to do.
The Red Canyon is a place of great significance to the Church of Sarros. Even members of the church are forbidden from entering without permission. To go trampling around in there, causing trouble, those bandits truly are morally reprehensible.
Or they could also just not know the historical significance of it and just be like, oh, this is like some old ruins. We kind of need to be here to be safe.
Thank you for paying me a visit. Is there anything troubling you? Or is there perhaps something I can help you with? Believers live their lives by her sacred wisdom.
It's pretty obvious.
Please use the library's vast resources to learn more. I can often be found here, so if there is ever anything you need, please do not hesitate to pay me a visit.
It must be pretty boring, you just sitting here all day. Is there anyone else I need to talk to? No, but I need to finish these quests. we can see what choir does.
My
which
savior,
I don't know if I'll
you.
do because I don't worry about choir too much. I might do it just to show you what it's like, but I don't find it too useful. I very, very rarely do it. Thank you for your assistance. I'm sure there are more music lovers around the monastery, so feel free to invite anyone to participate in choir practice. I'll make all the necessary preparations when the time comes. It does a few things. It raises the motivation of whoever participates. It increases their faith, and it also makes everyone bond, of course. There are a few interesting lines. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I would rather take part in the share a meal event than do that. It's not super useful because, I don't know, to me, I've always just found it more useful to share a meal if I want motivation. I guess, I don't know. I just don't prefer it.
Well done. You have my thanks.
So, the rumors are spreading. Still, it may be ill-advised to move against fellow followers of the faith. Even so, this is good information to have. I thank you. And, oh gosh. Finally, back to the dining hall, where we will take care of our last bits of things that we need to do. Talk to the head chef. Ooh, lag.
Lifesaver.
Thank you for sharing the culinary arts with me. I could tell you have exceptional taste and must truly enjoy making all manners of food as much as you do eating it. You are welcome to use the kitchen whenever you please. Let's get Bernie in here. Cooking together is how you would get around to making dishes that increase your stats. As you can see here, we have excuse me. We have dishes for basically every stat. We can gain plus 3 HP, plus 1 strength, plus 1 magic, plus 2 dex, plus 1 speed, plus 2 luck, plus 1 defense, plus 1 resistance, and plus 2 charisma. This will last for till the end of the month, and this is where a lot of the rare food and such you'll be getting goes into. I can't do much about that. So for this one, I'm just going to do the King of Beasts steak, where I will give all of my units plus 1, plus 3 HP for the rest of the month. This will take an activity point, unfortunately.
Let me show you my cooking talent.
And if you...
A little more secret spice, and... Hey! No peeking!
If you choose to explore more than once a month, you can get more than 1 boost to your stats with this. For this, you can only do it once. I believe. Yeah, okay. You can only do it once per week if you choose to do it, but because of that, if you choose to explore more than once per month, you do have the ability to, if you so choose, boost up your stats even more. As we continue on, we will get more and more food to choose from, some of which is absolutely insane, but is also very difficult to cook. I'm going to finish up my activity points by doing bonding bites, and I think I'm going to do Marianne and Sylvain. I'm going to share a meal with the 2 of them. I'll increase their motivation.
I like this dish. It was my father's favorite.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
bonds among the three of you grew significantly stronger. The two you invited are much more motivated. So the support that we get increased by significantly more than it normally would have if we were just sharing a bite. And now I think I'm going to just do a little bit of fishing. Not a ton. I don't want to take up a ton more time, but I'll probably do a little bit of fishing today. So I'll use up my pond snails and use up one insect larva, and with that I'll finish it up. Wait for that. I'll go for this. And unfortunately, since I missed one perfect, I didn't get it all perfect, which means that, unfortunately, this is a slightly worse fish that I could have gotten. But it's okay. Stuff happens. Let's see what the third option will be. It's probably all going to be the same shadow, but might as well look. Once again, I just missed one, and so I miss out on getting better fish. It looks like I'm just catching queen loaches, but it's fine. I'll use up this one more bit of bait. I'll leave that. Oh, look at this. It's probably going to be a queen loach again. Try this time. This is why I shouldn't speak. If I had just focused, I probably would have gotten it. It's probably all queen loaches then. Okay. That's all I'm going to do today. I'm going to do one last check to make sure there's no more talking I need to do. I don't need to buy anything. Yeah. Okay. I think... Actually, hang on. I'm going to get a real quick... I never go here because it's never really necessary. Where is it? Oh, it's over here, I think. Yeah, I never go here. Never mind, I guess I'm not going. I'm gonna go ahead and end my free time. And I'm going to end it here. But this next part is going to be pretty important.
No one bothered to show you the standard procedure for lectures? I guess it's up to me to save the day.
This is where you are going to be using motivation and where you are going to be able to customize and train all of your units for basically whatever you want. But I'm going to go ahead and end this here because I've been recording for a very long time and I don't want this to be going for too much longer. But the next time you see me, you're going to be basically getting cut straight to this. So I'll go ahead and see you then.